Okay, I want to welcome everyone to the webinar tonight. My name is John Pettifordale. I am a CEO Infinity with MyEcon, some very motivated, excited person. They were telling you, hey, you got to get on this call tonight, and they were absolutely right. They wanted you to know what in the world is income shifting? How in the world does it work? What is this thing called MyEcon? Well, tonight is your time, okay? Let me tell you a little bit about myself here. I actually have 20 years of experience in business. I've been involved with this personal financial success system and the company MyEcon for 14 plus years. I was able to fire my boss at 34 years old, and it's actually been a decade since I have not had a job. So my birthday is this month, so it's been a great decade here. Now, I've trained thousands of people all over the country on finances, so I am an authority on MyEcon and how to grow your cash flow. And I have over 7 figures in cash flow in this business. So when you look at those things right there, ladies and gentlemen, that is amazing. But let's quit talking about me. Let's talk about what MyEcon can do for you. Let's talk about these concepts so you can see them in detail. So real quickly, the name of our company is MyEcon, and we are the personal financial success company. We're not the coffee company, juice company, travel company, anything like that. Those things are wonderful, but that's just not what we do, okay? But we're the personal financial success company. And I want you to think about that as we have this conversation. What is personal financial success to you, okay? But real quickly about the company, 14 years old, debt-free, technology-driven, based in Atlanta, Georgia. But here's what's the most important part on this page. We've put over $400 million in people's pockets in the last several years here, and we're actually on track to put another $100 million in people's pockets over the next 12 months. So you're in the right place at the right time with the right company, okay? But now let's talk a little bit more about personal financial success, okay? Now, 95% of the people in this country don't get to personal financial success. We live in the wealthiest country in the history of the world. See, it doesn't matter if you're a doctor, a lawyer, a school teacher, whatever it is you do for a living. Number one, you need income for today. So this is why you trade time for money. You work a job. You do something to make money, right? But the problem is you have to keep doing what you do to keep getting money. One day you want to have what is called financial freedom, being able to walk away from your job, and that's where your source 2 income is going to come from. So that's going to be things that you own like stocks, bonds, real estate, mutual funds, private businesses, anything that makes you money without you touching it. Okay, and you're going to need roughly about 10 times what you make in a year. So if you make $50,000 a year today, you need $500,000 in assets if you can get a 10% rate of return. Make sense? All right. Now, what if you need $100,000? You make $100,000 a year household income today. Well, you need $1 million+ in your investment account or some type of income producing asset. Here's the problem in America. Most people don't have any income producing assets. They don't own anything that makes them money. When is the last time you bought something that makes you money? 70% of the people in this country cannot put their hands on $1,000 if they have a $1,000 emergency. I want you to think about that. In the wealthiest country in the world, okay? Actually about 59% of the people in this country cannot put their hands on $500. So when you start looking at that, ladies and gentlemen, that is an atrocity. We need to do something about that. But see, there are some things that stop people from getting to personal financial success. Let's talk about it. First one, a little something called inflation. Think about this. The cost of living doubles in this country every 20 years. Your biggest problem is your income is not going to double every 20 years. So you have to build a different type of income. Your biggest problem is you are tied to something called linear pay. Here's how linear pay works. You work for 1 hour, you get paid for 1 hour. You work for 1 week, you get paid for 1 week. If you don't work, what happens? You don't get paid. You cannot afford that system, okay? So you got to build 2 other types of income. Let me tell you about them real quick. You might want to write them down. The first one is a little something called leveraged income. That means making money of not only what you do, but what someone else does. You need to have leverage. You need someone helping you make money. If you're the only person making you money, you're very limited, okay? Number 2, you need to build something called residual or passive income. That's income that comes in month after month, even if you don't work. I make thousands and thousands and thousands of dollars even if I'm not working. Not because I'm special. The only difference between you and I is because I've done something different or built a different type of income. We're going to talk about how you can do that. Number 2, 95% of the people in this country make 100% of their income from something called a W-2. What happens there? They lose 25 to 30 cents every time they make a dollar. So if you losing a third of your income every time you get paid, is that going to cause a tremendous cash flow issue? Absolutely. Okay. But now it's very difficult for you to save money in that situation, right? So now when you have to make a major purchase, buy a car, buy a home, guess what you have to do? You have to have the third problem. You go into debt. So you start paying that thing called interest. Most of the house payment, interest. Most of the car payment, interest. Most of the credit card, interest. You got student loans, that's interest. When you start looking at all this, ladies and gentlemen, that's another third of your income. That means 60% of your income with taxes and debt, interest, that's going to nothing. And you're supposed to take the 40% that's left, live on it, and build financial freedom. And number 4 is you have inadequate saving and invest. You don't invest anything. Your money has to be making money. If your money is not making money, you cannot compound. Compound interest is like the 9th wonder of the world. But now, what MyEcon does, you need better financial strategies and you need more cash flow, okay? So somebody told you, get on this call here so you can hear about more cash flow. So we have something called the income shifting membership. And the income shifting membership will allow you to increase your cash flow 5 different ways, okay? Let's talk about the first one. You're going to go through what is called our tax withholding training. 80% of the people need to go through this because they're not been trained on this, and it's wrong, okay? I'm not talking about manipulating the withholding, so let's talk about that in a minute, okay? Now, what about credit? It's not okay to just, get approved. You must have stellar credit so you can get the best rates, okay? So when you go borrow money, what you want to do is get the best interest rate possible. Most people pick up a couple extra $100 a month on just that. The withholding training, a few $100, improving their credit. 7 out of 10 people have incorrect things on their credit and things that are holding their score back. So you want to have that in your favor, okay? Number 3, minimizing your taxes utilizing our cash flow manager software system. This thing has lowered my tax by over $200,000, folks. I promise you that it does work. This software, the more you use it, the more you save on taxes. And number 4, between steps 1, 2, and 3, you got cash flow, right? That might be as much as $1,000. We also have a software that'll build you a debt elimination plan that'll get you 100% debt-free in less than a third of the time, okay? You can pay off a house, a $200,000 house in a few short years. I'll show you that. Investment education. Imagine being able to learn about stocks, bonds, real estate, mutual funds, private businesses, insurance. Now you learn the rules of the wealthy. You learn what you were not taught in school. Now you can learn how to turn $50 into $1,000, how to turn $1,000 into $10,000, how to turn $50,000 into $500,000. Okay, let's talk about them real quick here, okay? Correcting tax withholding. Why do we need to do this? 80% of the people in this country overpay their taxes. Don't take my word for it. All you have to do is look at what the IRS said. They say that 80% of the people in this country get a tax refund. Now, I want you to think about this. We've been conditioned to think that a refund is wonderful. The bigger the refund, the more excited we get. Here's the problem. Pull out your most recent tax return. I want you to pull that thing out called the 1040. Go down to line 75, and it talks about your refund. And it says, this is the amount that you overpaid. So it's not John saying it, it's not MyEcon saying it, the IRS said it. And they're saying that you should not have these big refunds because you could have used that money. Now, I know what you're saying. Well, John, wait a minute. If I get the money back at the end of the year, why is it a big deal? Because you lose something called return on investment. Okay, here's what that means. You could have done something else with that money. The average refund is $3,000. Let's say for the last 20 years of your life, you've been getting a $3,000 refund. So that would mean the IRS held on to $60,000 of your money for 12 to 18 months at a time, and they made money on it, and you got nothing, okay? And remember, you weren't living on this money. So what if you didn't give them that extra $250 per month, and it was back into your paycheck on your job? Now think about this. You could take that money and redirect it into your investment account. Do you know today you would have the $60,000 plus you would have tens of thousands of dollars of compound interest, so you would have closer to $85,000. But today, you don't have the $85,000. You don't have the $60,000. All you got is a bunch of memories of the things that you bought, okay? So it's all about making different decisions, okay? But now let's talk about some examples here. These are 2 examples of people that went through our training. This person picked up an extra $150 per paycheck. That's an extra $600 per month. See, what could you do with an extra $600 a month? Look at this other person here, okay? They picked up an extra $250, okay, per paycheck. They were paid every 2 weeks. So that's an extra $500 a month by going through our withholding training. See, the income shifting membership puts money in your pocket. You can't afford to not have one of these things here, okay? So those are just 2 examples. We have thousands of them all over the country. But let's talk about credit, okay? See, you can go somewhere else and get something called credit restoration. They'll charge you $400, $500, $600, $700, maybe as much as $1,000 for credit restoration. But guess what? It is included in our income shifting membership, okay? Now look what happens. We're going to help you repair the credit. So we're going to get rid of all the things that are holding your score down, okay? Number 2, you're going to learn how to build new credit, positive credit. And number 3, maintaining that credit. If you ever have problems in the future with your credit, you're going to be able to solve them instantly, very quickly, and never have to worry about it. See, credit is very important. You get lower interest rates on cars. You get lower car insurance rates. You get lower mortgage rates. And sometimes with bad credit, you can be denied for a job, ladies and gentlemen, and you don't want that to happen. But let's keep going here. Look at the examples here. This person here, their score went up 24 points in their transit unit. This is less than 45 days. Look at this other person, 778 credit score. See, you want to have stellar credit. That's over 750, ladies and gentlemen. Okay, this Equifax went up 51 points here. See, you want to have stellar credit, and you can get it here at MyEcon with our income shifting membership. But now, let's not stop there. Let's put some more cash flow in your pocket. Utilizing our cash flow manager software system. This is a very simple system. It's an application on your smartphone. It's with you everywhere you go, and it'll make you more money. If you spend as much time using this app as you do on Facebook, it'll put dollars in your pocket, okay? It's going to show you how to, or help you turn your lifestyle into something called tax deductions with the income shifting membership. You're now a business owner with us, and now it allows you to do things like write off the mileage that you drive. Most people pick up somewhere between $6,000 and $8,000 in tax deductions by just utilizing the cash flow manager application. Look at this. It doesn't stop there. What about your communications? What about your cell phone and your internet? Those are things you're going to pay for anyway, right? But now you've got the ability to utilize this system to turn them into tax deductions. What about your travel? You're going to family reunions. You're going to vacations. $3,000 to $5,000. That's now a business trip. We teach you, we have a whole curriculum that shows you step by step and the software to implement what we're talking about. And many people have kids. This is one of the biggest ones here, the wage deduction. You can get up to a $12,000 tax deduction for feeding, clothing, and taking care of the children that you already have, that you're already doing anyway. And no, I'm not talking about the earned income credit, and I'm not talking about child tax credit. So most people, by utilizing this software system, ladies and gentlemen, it puts $10,000 to $30,000 in tax deductions on your taxes, and every $10,000 will give you $3,000 in real cash savings. So most people, worst thing that happened, they put $3,000 in their pocket by running this play. Or they can get as much as $5,000, $6,000, $7,000, $8,000 in tax savings, okay? But now, let's say between step 1, we got a few $100s a month with the withholding training. Step 2, we go ahead and get the better credit, and we start refinancing everything. They got the higher interest rates. Take those credit cards that have 25% interest, get them on down to 0% interest. You put $200, $300 a month in your pocket there. Then utilizing the cash flow manager, we'll show you how to put that on the W-4 on your job, and now you get $200 or $300 more per month in tax savings. So that's easily $1,000 a month here, right? Well, look at this. Our software will put all your debts in order based on which one to pay off first. And now look at this. The $17,000 car paid off in 12 months. The $8,000 credit card paid off in 5 months. The $200,000 mortgage paid off in a little over 5 years, 68 months. See, I see people right now, I hear about them financing vehicles for 72 months. We're talking about paying off a $200,000 house in less than that time. You see, ladies and gentlemen, our system works. We paid off $225,000 in debt here. We saved ourselves $352,000. That's money back into your pocket by running the system, utilizing the income shifting membership. See, all this is called income shifting. We're shifting money from other places putting it back into your pocket, then utilizing it to your advantage. And look, we got over $3,000, almost $3,000 a month. See, what could you do with an additional $3,000 in cash flow back into your budget? You can now learn how to become an investor. See, you got to have an investment education. That's step 5 of the income shifting membership. You get comprehensive training. We're going to teach you what the wealthy people know. We're going to teach you what you were not taught in school. See, I went from kindergarten to the 12th grade. Nobody ever taught me about money. I even went to college and I never learned about money. But I came here and learned how to become a millionaire. Okay, look at this. Learn the terminologies of the wealthy. No one will ever be able to trick you on your money. You learn how to have your dollars make babies. See, if your dollar's not having babies, you got some issues. You're going to learn wealthy people or financial concepts. You're going to learn the strategies of the wealthy. And you're going to now learn how to turn 10,000 into 100,000, how to turn 50,000 into 500,000. Okay, now look at this. Remember, I said you had to be a business owner, right? Well, inside that income shifting membership, you also get a website that has a storefront. See, in order to save on taxes, you got to be able to be in business, right? Well, look at this. We have products and services that are in multi-billion-dollar industries. People go right to your website and buy these things. No inventory, no shipping, no employees, no overhead. All the headaches of business are not there, but you can make money and people can buy credit repair. They can book travel. No, I didn't say become a travel agent. They can buy roadside. We got a partnership with Macy's, Sam's Club, Walmart, Best Buy. Every single time they buy from those places, over 500 different stores, you can get paid. Okay, so I tell you, ladies and gentlemen, we have some cutting-edge products that can put some money in your pocket. But now let's talk about leverage, okay? Let's talk about bill. Remember I told you about leverage income? See, you got to be able to have a system that brings you money, and it also got to be able to make money even when without you, okay? So this is what's called leverage. Now, sometimes when I get here, people get a little confused. Now, if you just want the income shifting membership, that's cool. If you want to lower your taxes, increase your cash flow, improve your credit, that's great. But now let's talk about making thousands of dollars in new money outside of what you already do in the income shifting membership. See, sometimes when I get here, people get a little confused. They start saying, well, is that one of those pyramid things? No, pyramids are illegal. That's not what we're doing here. But we're talking about building a network. Think about it. Every super successful company that you ever see, they have multiple distribution points. They do not have one location. You don't see one McDonald's, you see many. You don't see one Burger King, you see many. You don't see one Subway, you see many. You don't see one Walmart, you see many. You don't see one Macy's, you see many. What's the common denominator? Don't matter what they're selling. Multiple locations. So now think about all the people that you know that would love to put an extra $200 to $1,000 per month utilizing the income shifting membership. Think about all the people that you know that would love to be able to improve their credit to 750 plus in under 90 days. Think about all the people you know that would love to learn how to turn dollars into more dollars. Well, those are great clients for the income shifting membership. Those are your friends, right? Well, now you just tell them your story. You tell them what we got. You put them on a website like this. Now, the first 2 people you enroll, you get promoted, okay? You're now an EVP, an executive vice president. But now, each and every time someone buys the income shifting membership, and guess what, guys? It is just $47.90 to get all this. See, we're giving this away. You make $35 each and every time someone buys that membership to improve their credit, cut their taxes, increase their cash flow, okay? But look at this. We call this 3 is the key. All right. Well, now, if that just keeps growing in cycles of 3, now in 9 cycles, you have over $38,000 in commissions. That can happen in 1 week. It can happen in 1 month. It can happen in 1 year. It don't matter. Whenever it happens, it happens. But any percentage or any dollar amount other than 0 is good. But see, let me give you some examples here. See, you can go out here and build a network of people. See, people maintain this membership by just $34.95 a month. Why wouldn't a person trade $34.95 for the membership that saves them $200 to $1,000 and helps them improve their credit? They would have to be outrageously insane. Okay, but look at this. Let me help you build a team of 1,000 people. That's $8,000 per month in monthly income, month in and month out, whether you get up out the bed or not. See, when I started to really understand residual income, now, guys, I put thousands of people into the company. I want you to see this here. What about this? 10,000. We got people that have each and every single one of these junctures or every number of these numbers on your screen, okay? So you can see it all over the country. It's thousands of people that have come into this company and utilize that income shifting membership. Now, let me give you an example here, okay? Now, your results are probably going to vary. I don't know what you're going to do in this business or not, but here's what I will show you. We cut checks every single week. It's based on your individual effort. But look at this, okay? This person on May 11th, they made $606 in a week. Not bad, okay? Could you use an extra $600 a week, okay? That's about $2,400 a month extra. That'd be great, right? But look at this. They also made $6,325 in a week. They also made $8,491 in a week. See, all I understood was this, that if I had the opportunity to make 10 grand a month, and that was what I wanted in my early days, I said, man, I got to get this done. And I went out and I wanted to learn it. But look at this. This person made $1,000, $1,031 in 1 week. But look at this example. They got another $7,800 in 1 week as well. And they had as much as $13,000. Now, I don't know about you, but I know an extra $13,000 a year would have been fine with me. And it'd probably be fine with you. So we pay money, and we cut checks every single Friday. Never miss. You can get signed up today. You're going to get the personalized website. You're going to get our online website, the business system, the income shifting membership, everything. The tax withholding training, the smart credit system, okay, the investment education, the minimized tax training utilizing the cash flow manager, all right, the debt elimination software, all of it, the valuable tax benefits. Worst thing that happened to you, you save $2,000 to $3,000 on your taxes. I don't know how that could be a bad thing. But then, just think about it. We used to sell this at a retail price of $199. $199. You get it today 75% off. $47.90. See, there is no excuses. We don't want to hear about you got to think about. There's nothing to think about. Either you want to change your life financially or you don't. We'll be great if you do, and we'll be great if you don't. See, just let us know what you want to do. But see, I tell you this. We got thousands of people, thousands of testimonies all over the country that utilize this membership, that improve their cash flow. We've got, this system has created millionaires, hundreds and hundreds of them all over the country, folks. So you can sit back and make an excuse, or you can say, now is my time. $34.95 a month to maintain the system. You see, somebody blessed you today and got you on this call. They wanted you to hear this information. You want to get back with them and let them know you are ready to become an income shifter. You are ready to build a business. You are ready to go out and make your first $1,000 in this business. Make your first $500 in this business. Make your first $5,000. I don't know what your number's going to be, but I guarantee you this. If you don't get in, your number will be zero. Your cash flow increase will be zero. Your credit will stay the same. So you can decide today what you want to do. I'm open.